Hello everyone, welcome to External Star channel. My name is Marek and today I will be unboxing this beautiful Mercedes-Benz C-Class by iScale. It's a white one, yeah, so really beautiful, and let's see what is inside of the box. So let me just open it. Let me remove this. And actually this transparent box is quite beautiful because you can already see the content of the box, and maybe I can start and finish the review just by looking at the car right here like it is. But actually no, that's not the way. I really want to show you the whole car, and now I will just unbox it. Okay, so this is, as I mentioned, this is iScale, and here we have the Mercedes-Benz license, this hologram, so that nobody is producing some falsificates or products that are not licensed. And also maybe from the other side, when I just turn off the box, turn around, you can see also here is 1 to 18 Mercedes-Benz C-Class. It's convertible. That's the right word in English. It's convertible, and in Europe we sometimes say cabrio or cabriolet or whatever you want, depending on your country. But definitely this car is without a roof. Okay, so let me just remove it out of the box, and there is this styrene cover. Oh, it's actually quite difficult now to unbox it. Wow, I already see a couple of things that I want to show you. So first of all, what is really interesting is actually this beautiful roof, which is detachable, so you can all the time take it off, and this is great. So I will also test it later how it works. And we also have here this and I think this is a pair of gloves to be used to really touch the car with gloves. Today I will just touch it with my bare hands because I'm not so much afraid that I would scratch something. Alright, so let me now remove this. Okay. There is a screwdriver as well. Maybe I will use it. Last time when I used this massive, huge screwdriver, then some people were complaining like, what are you doing? Why are you using this huge screwdriver? You would destroy the car. No, actually I didn't. And it was much more efficient to use the electric one from Bosch than this manual one. You see how difficult it is. I would now spend maybe 30 seconds to remove the screws. Otherwise I could be much faster when I had my favorite electric screwdriver from Bosch. But anyway, I can use this one as well, no worries. You can just skip this part. Okay, here we go. I will just place it here, and that's the model, my dear friends. That's the model, and it looks quite beautiful, and it's also very lightweight, so it weighs almost nothing. It's maybe because there is no roof, of course. So if you like this one, then just let me know in the comments as well, because sometimes I need also to have your feedback, and of course I will now be reviewing it. But before I do that, I also need to remove all those small tiny stickers that are here everywhere, and I hate them. I personally hate them. Yeah? There is a purpose, so they should hold all the parts together when this car is being transported, so that post office or any postal service is not damaging the car. But once it arrives, you should carefully remove all of these and then let them go. Okay. So where do we start our review today? I'm a little bit hesitant how to start, because normally I start in the front, but since this is a cabrio and you already see the interior and what is inside, I don't know what to do exactly. Okay, so maybe now first let me... Oh, it's not really driving well. Look at, for example, here the front wheel. Look at that. It's not spinning. It's almost not spinning. Somehow this is not really good. Okay, it can happen. So it's also a little bit dirty. So this should be white paint, but I see a lot of mess already. It's messy everywhere. Oh gosh, I would need to clean this car, especially here in the back. I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe from this angle. Look at all the dirt here. It's incredible. The paint. I don't even know if this paint is really white. Here it looks more like a little bit yellow, especially here. As you can see in the corners, the paint is a little bit yellow. And here, oh God, look at this big gap. I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Look at that gap. It's really massive, huge, and I think this is already out of the tolerance. Okay, but let me start as usual in the front. And here, maybe I will open the hood. Not really easy to open it. And then we see the engine, but not so many details here. We see here the pipe, here maybe to change the oil, the container, here somewhere the battery, but it's not so good. Yeah, and also here the Mercedes-Benz star, which is quite big, huge and nice. Oh, and here this is also too massive here. Those two columns or two pillars, those two pillars are too massive, I think. Yeah, and what is also interesting that there are two wipers and you can actually touch them and they are not glued, so you can a little bit move them, but only slightly. And then regarding the front grille, actually here you can see how it looks like, and it's not so bad. Here you can see the C-Class Cabriolet and also all the small dots. The front grille is not perforated, so don't expect all the tiny details. The headlights, maybe here you can also see the gap here between the headlamp and the cover of the engine, the hood here. So I don't know why there are these gaps. It's not so nice. Yeah, maybe I had a little bit similar experience with my Bentley Flying Spur in white color, where also there were significant gaps. And do you know why? I think the main reason for that is that on white cars usually it's more visible because there is a big contrast between the white parts and also the gray areas or dark areas where are the gaps. So maybe then you would recognize that, yeah, for example here, look at that, that's maybe 1 millimeter wide. Here it's maybe 1/10 of a millimeter. So yes, there are some differences and it's not that nice and beautiful to watch this car, because when you realize there are such a huge gaps that it's not that nice. And also here the air intakes, it looks like one piece of plastic, it's not perforated, and it's a little bit disappointing, and because they could produce a very beautiful part where this would be perforated, and I would appreciate it a lot. Okay, maybe also let me show you from the bottom. Here it says iScale, it's a huge title here and then very tiny here, Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet, and nothing else. Like, you don't know from which year it is, you don't know what kind of scale it is. Yeah, I know from the box it's 1:18 scale, but other than that it's not visible anywhere. At least we have this detail here, the whole exhaust and all the mechanism. Actually the exhausts are then leading here to this part. Alright, so I think now it's time also to open the trunk, which is very small and tiny, and I can do it with my fingernails. So what is actually inside? There is soft carpeting, so I can feel it, but the trunk is so small that you cannot really fit anything there. Yeah, but it's opening. At least you can see it can be opened, so some plus points, of course. And then I was also interested if I can somehow open this part here, because this is where the roof is covered, but this is not functional. at all, so I would need to attach the roof a little bit later. But now let me also open the doors and to show you what is actually inside of the car. So at least we can review here quite nicely because there is no roof, and I can show you all the details straight here from the beginning. So the steering wheel is connected to the wheel, so now I'm turning the wheels. It's also turning the steering wheel a little bit, but just slightly. The interior of the doors, it's quite beautiful. We have different colors here, the black one, then this is the imitation of leather, and then again a black part here. We have all the buttons, all the electric control, seat control, and also the speakers here. Yeah, so far so good. And then in the middle, actually we also see the air conditioning, here the clock. This is very detailed actually, very detailed. You can see all the buttons here. I really appreciate it. So since this is a cabrio or convertible and all the interior details are visible, they really paid a lot of attention to that. On the LCD screens in the middle, you can only see the Mercedes-Benz logo and the sign, but nothing else. I would prefer if I could see the navigation. And this is, however, not possible. Okay, so what I can tell you now. So negative things that I already know about is, one, huge gaps, for especially here in this part, and then also the paint. Sometimes it looks a little bit yellowish, so not entirely white, and I think also the color. Yeah, I can show you here. It says, where is the color? Diamond white or diamond white bright. Diamant Weiß Bright in German, and that's maybe the reason, because what I prefer is entirely the complete white, so nothing lighter or whiter cannot be out there, the completely white. But here this is yellow white, or they call it a diamond white, but I call it yellow white. And I think now what you are really waiting for is also that I attach this. Okay, so now let me do that. I will just unpack it, and actually there is just this glass, and then the black part here from the top is brown. I would say brown or red. And then what I can do is to place it here. Oh, it fits perfectly. I must say this fits really perfectly. Now I can show you with the roof attached. It's very visible. I mean, this shape, like, look at that, how aerodynamic it is. Like, phew, look at that. Really, it's a nice sports car. Maybe only here, again, I'm checking the gaps. Yeah, there's almost no gap. But the paint here, as you can see, maybe between here the yellow and the gray, there is no clear line. It's very messy actually. Let me just zoom in. Can you see that? Here there is no clear line. I don't appreciate it so much. Okay, and from the back, yeah, everything, it's really attached very well. So now maybe a question for all of you. Do you prefer if this car has the roof on it or off? Yeah, I don't know. When it's off, I can see all the details interior. Also, what I didn't mention are all those nice seat belts here with all the details, which is quite nice. And also the second row of the seats. So we have quite nice interior, really. And with this roof on, I must say I still like this car. So very nice, beautiful, and I really appreciate it. Okay? So cool. And now I think it's only time for the final rating. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, then subscribe to my channel. Click on that subscribe button right now. I need more subscribers like you. And that's it for today. So thank you for watching, and let's catch up next time.